Certainly a disappointing loss. You know, I thought at the end of the game, really, when they had the opportunities to make big plays, they did. And when we had opportunities to do it, we just didn't do it. A couple missed layups coming out of the timeout. It was a one-point game. We tell them, don't get backdoor, we get backdoor. We step up late. So it's a disappointing loss. There's a lot of stuff that we can learn from and get better from. And there's also a lot of stuff that we did well. So we'll watch the film and get ready to go again on tomorrow for Sunday.
You guys were so good on the offensive glass, especially early. How much did Elliott's foul trouble kind of play into Horford's emergence in the second half?
Yeah, probably had a lot to do with it. I mean, he was doing a really good job. He had 10 rebounds in 24 minutes. He was giving us a lot. I thought Otto really gave us a lot, especially on the glass. DeAndre Matthew gave us a lot on the glass. So we out-rebounded them by 14. We had 15 offensive rebounds. So there's definitely a lot of positives to take from it. Certainly we'll learn from a lot of the negatives as well, but it's certainly early in the season.
Your starting guards did not shoot it very well tonight. Did you feel like the defense was that good, or did you guys miss shots?
Probably a little bit of both. We chart what's called challenge shots, which are a less than 30% shot, and we took 8 of them, and we were 1 for 8 consequently. So we rushed some of them when we should have drove it. But they also played very good defense, so you got to give them credit for it. So probably a little bit of both.
What's your message to the team after a loss like this to start off the schedule?
I just told them, I said, listen, I know you all wanted to start the Big Ten season with a win at home. You've been playing well, but this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And we've got to understand that we're just building this. They've got guys that were on that team who won a national championship game last year. We're at the infancy stages of this, so I just said, it's so easy to stay together when you win, but it's really hard to stay together when you lose, so we've got to continue to stay in the process and just be positive.
Elliott's had this consistent production, and then he kind of seems to have these games where he gets into foul trouble. How much of a balancing act is it to make sure that he stays aggressive but also plays smart?
Yeah, I think that's the whole game these days because of the fouls. And I don't think they call them bad fouls, but that's what it's become, is staying aggressive without fouling. You know, I'm not sure, looking back, if there were any questionable calls that he could have been smarter at. But he's playing well. He really is playing well. To get 10 points, 10 rebounds in 24 minutes, there's a lot of positives. I mean, I'm disappointed we lost, but we made a lot of mistakes and we had a chance to tie it into overtime at the end of the game.
Coach Beeline was in a similar position as you when you first arrived at Michigan. What do you think it will take to build a program like that and to have a roster that can survive in situations?
Yeah. I think it's all about patience, to be honest, and I know that's a bad word in sports. I understand that, but I think it's all about recruiting, and each class has got to get better than the next. And you know, every player that you bring in, you've got to bring in with great potential. You know, you just got to stay positive. I mean, we understand who we are, we understand our strengths, we understand our weaknesses, and we understand that it's all about recruiting. It really is all about building that culture.
Can you talk about Smith's performance?
He was really good. You know, he was really good. I wanted to play small, but their 3s and 4s are big, especially their 3. Their 2s and 3s were big, so it was hard for us to play small. And I think we're going to run into that a little bit, and that's the issue with playing small. But Malik he's always been that guy, and that's why I thought he could come here and be an effective player, because he stepped up, knocked on those 3 free throws like there was nobody in the gym. He's fearless. We ran a play for him where we drove baseline, kicked it opposite to him. He knocked it down. You know, so he was very helpful. I mean, I don't think we'd be in the position we were late in the game if it wasn't for him.